This is me, and this is my Unity game. Did I go crazy? Hopefully not. It's just a twist of fate that one day I'm happily committed to Unity and creating something awesome together, and the next day it breaks my heart. So I took matters into my own hands and started building this on another engine. I get it, I might be a bit overdramatic here, but you get the idea, especially if you're a game developer, and I understand that all of this may seem completely nonsensical and impractical. However, this guy, Tim Sweeney, and his company seem to care and know more about video games than other organizations. That's the reason for my switch. There's no mystery to it. I simply wanted to continue working with a tool that seemed dedicated to being the best in the realm of video games. Many of us create games not for practicality, which is often elusive, but rather in pursuit of using the coolest tools available. Equally important, however, is the stability of the brand behind these tools, and Unreal Engine seems to offer that. So, this marks the beginning of the story of how I transitioned from an unfinished 2D version of my game to a 3D version created with Unreal Engine from scratch. Where do I start?
Fuck me, right?
I would say the most tricky aspect of starting this was figuring out the best way to transition my 2D pixel art fully into a 3D space. Looking around, I found a cool tool called Crocodile 3D. It is like a super fun playground for creating 3D models. It's a special kind of software that works with tiles, much like the tile sets you would use in many 2D engines. But here's the twist. You take these flat 2D tiles and bring them to life in a 3D world. It's akin to witnessing your beloved pixel art creations come to life, but in a dynamic 3D environment that you can have the freedom to mold and customize as you see fit. When it comes to creating the tile sets that breathe life into my 3D models in Crocodile 3D, I rely on the dynamic duo of Aseprite and Pixel Basher. I use Aseprite to create elements from the world to capture the organic beauty of nature. For buildings and structures, I turn to Pixel Basher, where its capabilities shine in helping me easily create architectural elements. Together, these tools complement each other perfectly, allowing me to bring to life the world inside Unreal Engine. As I've shown in previous videos, it's really easy to make stuff in Pixel Basher. It's all about dragging and dropping stuff into the canvas. You can scale and color the artwork as needed. Let me use this example as the basis for a 3D structure in Crocodile 3D. I previously crafted this structure in a 2D format on another video, but this time I wanna replicate that process in 3D. The focus of this demo is a Tori gate, a traditional structure found at Japanese Shinto shrines. These gates are not only symbolic markers transitioning from the mundane world to the sacred, but they also act as passages for spirits. While the Tori gate is a relatively simple structure, Crocodile 3D versatility allows for the creation of various objects. I've already constructed single-story buildings, multi-story buildings, trees, rocks, and even sections of terrain, showcasing the software's capability to bring diverse elements to life in 3D. It's been a couple of minutes into this devlog, and I haven't talked about the Spaceman. Yeah, the one from the name of my game, Spaceman Memories. I've decided that I wanna keep the same Spaceman I was using in a previous version of the game. It has become ingrained into my identity in my subconscious, and I guess it works quite well in a 3D space. To transition the Spaceman into Unreal Engine, I leveraged the capabilities of Paper 2D and Paper CD. Paper 2D was instrumental in integrating the Spaceman sprite into the 3D environment, ensuring that the essence of the character design remained intact. Meanwhile, Paper CD played a crucial role in managing the 2D animations, providing a seamless and dynamic animation flow that brought the character to life in this new setting. This synergy between Paper 2D and Paper CD was key in preserving the spaceman look while enabling him to move graciously within this new 3D world. This was all built with blueprints, as I am making a conscious effort on getting the hang of the system. This is the first time I work with visual scripting, and sometimes it's not an easy concept to wrap around your head if you're coming from reading code. If we combine all these elements, I now have a very basic working prototype of a 3D pixel art RPG world. I am still deciding how I am going to approach combat or battles in this new format of the game. I am learning many technicalities about the engine to understand what is the best system I can build. As I untangle these aspects of the game design, I will be sharing new content about it. Additionally, as a side note, to reassure you that there's no animosity between me and Unity, I'd like to mention that I've adopted a new version control system for this project. While I previously used Git and GitHub, I found them to be unwieldy for Unreal Engine projects. After conducting some research, I discovered that Unity version control is one of the best solutions available. That's all for this devlog. Making this video certainly feels like a deja vu reminiscing the first devlog, but it is what it is. There's undoubtedly a significant amount of work ahead, but as daunting as it may seem, transitioning the project into a 3D world has sparked a fresh wave of inspiration in me. I made this video to share not only the creative journey but also the emotional process of stepping out of the comfort zone. It's about moving away from what's familiar and functional but lacks the stability needed for long-term fun and peace of mind. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, as this is what drives me to keep sharing more game development content. Your encouragement is very important to me. I would say that from me that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in and take care.